You know, what happens if I just don't save crazy bars? Does the game react to that? I kinda wanna see. Ah, that's what happens. You can't actually use the exit door. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. Where I come here a second time, and it says 4 out of 4 chorizos when I pick this thing up. So what happens if I keep going? The objectives do say I have 4 out of 4 chorizos, actually. Interesting. Okay, so none of the other chorizos appeared this time, actually. Only that first one. So what happened? Is it the very first time I went through this level, I found all but that one chorizo, and then the second time I came through, I picked up that chorizo, and that was 4 out of 4, but then I came through again after that, and I definitely picked up that one chorizo, but I couldn't find 3 other ones. I could only find 2. Did some chorizo not spawn? Or did that first tree, did the last chorizo I found not spawn the first time through? Or something? Like, the same thing happened this time, too. Where I had to go in a second time to find that last chorizo. I don't know. I just played through the whole time this time at least, and now I have all the chorizo? Okay. Alright, anyways, as you could probably unfortunately tell at this point, some things went awry. Frankly, I just forgot to make a save state at the end of the last recording session. Can't remember, did I manage to get up here? This stamp and whatnot here. I wonder if I managed to get this some other way earlier? I don't think I did. No, I remember what it was. But yeah, that's kind of a bummer. So there were some casualties of drawings from that whole recording session. The most painful of which, of course, being Cloud. We unfortunately have lost Cloud to time being erased. Cloud will be remembered as they were up until now. They were too strong an ally to keep with us, apparently. Anyhow. So you saw what was going on with that chorizo stuff. I don't know. I'm still not sure what was happening there. This is interesting. I will still maintain that my favorite part of this game by far is these fun little physics puzzles you can do. I really authentically love these. Oh, come on. I ended up attacking while doing that. Just messed everything up. Why do these keep disappearing so fast? Jeez, it's just a really short timer, I guess. But they do not need to disappear this quickly. Ah, I can't drop. The button conflicts in this are really annoying. I'm trying to draw and it makes me instead do a ground pound into something that kills me to ground pound into. Actually, do I still have the stuff that I picked up through here? Yes. Fine. Thank you, game, for causing me issues when I was trying to say, hey, here's the one thing I do like about this game. But beyond that, I really do have to say, this game is not very high fidelity. I don't think there's really much point in pretending that's not the case at this point. I'm still enjoying myself regardless. And if anything, I almost prefer it when, come on, dumb stuff happens, because it gives me something entertaining. Or the game gets silly with its writing or whatever. Because, frankly, when it's not being silly and dumb, it tends to just be kind of dull. I do still maintain that the platforming is more solid than the first game, but that's not super high bar, I feel like. And you can just be, like, solid enough to be bland. But lots of little things do keep bugging me, like, the mechanics for grabbing stuff from below like this just are very awkward. It's so easy to get frozen in the air or something. Or get stuck in that animation while actually sticking to the side of a platform or something like that. I cannot grab the sides of these. And awkward little hacks they've done, like inexplicably making your double jump way higher when you do a double jump off of a wall. There we go. Because they're still fun. I still like those. Anyhow. Fear me. I am in a sliding state. That makes me invincible. As awkwardly slow as it is. How did I get up there? Is there something I should have pushed over here? Or is it just something weird like... It is all you have to do, because I keep reading you can actually double jump from the ceiling like that. It's the bubblegum ring somehow. It didn't really look that way to me, but okay. That pillar on my left does not make me feel safe. If it's what's supporting that thing, that ceiling above me. Anyways. I don't think there's anything else to look for here. Still oddities too, like, why don't you get anything for completing quests? Like, if you want to go to... It's not like I think that everything in a game has to be like, rewarded totally. Like, you can have things that are just like a thing you can do. But... you kind of want to make that apparent up front, and making it just stuff that you otherwise wouldn't want to do. It's not intrinsically rewarding. It's kind of weird. Give me a second though, because there's actually something I want to use for this flag. Shoot, I have two ideas. There's one that sprang to mind immediately. There's another one that also kind of came to mind. Let me look up references for both and decide. Both are fairly simple, but one's simpler than the other. One's a thing I've referenced a few times, but this would still be really... Actually, darn it, it would be perfect towards this, because I've already compared this place to that. Ah! Okay. Give me a second. Whoops, I got distracted. I think I mostly made up my mind. It's kind of a hybrid approach, because one of these things is actually incredibly quick and easy to draw. So I'll just acknowledge it. But then I'll draw the other thing for real. The other thing I was going to consider... would really just be... Look, that almost worked. Emphasis on almost. It's horrible. Getting anything looking remotely symmetrical is difficult, but there's that little four-pointed star thing. I happened to have played a game recently that had a... well, not played. As I usually say, I don't really play anything that isn't on this channel. But I do frequently watch things. I got into making Let's Plays because I do watch them a lot. I still do to this day. But, recently watched a playthrough of a game in which there is a country with this symbol. Kind of vague. I liked it a lot. I don't know if I'll actually play that game myself or not. It's quite hard to decide. At the same time, it's more obscure, and I feel much more that it's one of those kinds of, I really like this. Lots of people do when they see it, but not many people see it. Sorts of things than, say, Ghost Trick, which I'm playing right now anyways, so who knows. Anyhow, the thing I was actually going to do, let me pull up my reference, 1 second. Game will freeze for a second here. How do I want to do this? How about... how to position things in the proper fashion? Maybe... I just need to get the whole reference section be visible while I'm still... Ah! It's not what I wanted. I don't think you guys saw anything weird there, but... Where do we want to... I mean... You know what? Move stuff more around when I really want to, but... There you go. Alright, sorry for the awkwardness there. Okay. There is something that works very perfectly for this place. I'm kind of doubtful I'll be able to... it's ultimately simple, but I'm still doubtful I'll be able to draw this in the time I intend to draw it in. But, I have a few ideas for how to do this, too. Let's mix our colors first, though, because there are fairly specific colors to use here. This one might be good already. Yeah, I'm content with that color. The other color I want is kind of a weird aquamarine kind of color. I don't know if that's going to be in here. Actually pretty close to that. Maybe slightly less saturated would be my preference, but I think I can live with that. Yeah, let's go with that. Just kind of put it in the corner. In reality, oh, might I like this one more than... Ooh, no, not at all. Okay, so it's actually, as a base, just cover everything in this. There we go. And I will have to put this color back a little bit, but it won't be too hard to do. In fact, what I will... I wish I could just make a really, really, really big brush, so I could just make a big perfect circle here. But I unfortunately cannot do that. Not that big of a deal. What I will do is the bottom of this should be lined with this color. Definitely not going to get all the proportions correct for the flag I have in mind here. This is a flag. I have a feeling this is the sort of thing that's so obscure that even like people familiar with the source material is not super obscure, especially on this channel. But even if you are familiar with the source material, it's a fairly obscure thing from that source material. But nevertheless, oh boy, this one little thing is going to be difficult to draw in here. Oh well. Not in the sense it will take time, just in that like the way that I think would be intuitive to draw it does not seem very plausible to do. So I'll have to do it a bit more manually. So it should just be really easy to draw a small circle, but it doesn't work out that way. Because of a minor complication. Okay. How do we want to do this from here? Is the question. I think I'll just do all the stripes first. Oh boy. Portions here are getting a little screwy. Just gonna make my life difficult. The problem here is that there's a very prominent circle in this flag design. Which is going to make it very difficult to not have things look weird if the proportions are a little bit off. Even still, it's a little bit off as it is, but... Okay, from here. This is very much an approximation, but I can probably live with that. Those two blobs are supposed to be there, don't you worry. There is one little issue. I do need to get one more shade here, actually. That's about the right shade. Yeah, so right here, what I want is a circle where the half of the circle that's in the beige section is that aquamarine color, And the half of the circle that's in the aquamarine portion is this brown color instead. It's like I can almost just draw this with one dab of a brush, but I can't actually. Same thing over here. And we're at the 15-minute mark already, and we're not even to the difficult part. Awesome. Okay. So now the fun part. It might not take that long in reality regardless. It's probably just going to turn out kind of awkward instead of anything else. But, we want a circle that's basically centered on this band of aquamarine here. But we're doing a similar thing where the section that's in the aquamarine part is brown and the section that's in the beige part is aquamarine. I always thought this was kind of nice looking. Seems like the sort of thing someone probably just threw together on a whim in reality, since, like I said, this is a very minor, obscure thing in its source material. But, okay, let's see how well we can judge. You know what? Let's just go ahead and draw this section of the circle already. Ideally, this would like reach to the center more like of the flag, but the proportions are all screwed up for reasons I've already described. Actually, honestly, this... I just have so little headroom up here. It's caused me problems. How dare I inflict upon myself the pain of actually caring how this one turns out. It's the worst thing I could have done. Why would I ever draw something that I actually have an investment in a game like this? The scariest thing you can do is care. Okay. Whichever color you were. I thought you were one of the colors that we... Usually if you... That's weird. Usually if you pick a color like this, it actually gets selected on the palette again, I thought. Unless it is like a hybrid color, which it's not in this case. Whatever. Okay, and we have a little bit more fanciness to do here. So then we have another layer of circle to do. Just a semicircle this time, though. Jeez. Twitchiness is crazy. It was bugging me a little over here. There. Honestly, how about we just extend the brown portion just a little bit. Works okay. I shouldn't obsess too much over the details here. Okay. Back to it, because we're actually basically done at this point. Just need to do this little semicircle and that'll be it. Jeez, stop jumping. And one last little bit of the other color as this goes back into the aquamarine band. About halfway up. There you go. This is like full-on stuff I'd only ever care about, sort of thing. And yes, it's supposed to be frozen for 1 second. Let me move things back to what they should be. There we go. But yes, so this is the flag that you see in Times Square in the original Blinx the Time Sweeper. And in a completely unrelated location in Blinx 2 for some reason. But that's really funny because I compared this place to Times Square. Why is it clipping through the... whatever. I compared this place to Times Square from Blinx at one point, so this is just kind of funny to me to see. So we can put down a similar looking flag. Anyways, see you next time where we just maybe see this flag somewhere, I don't know.